Welcome back to the Loversmella podcast. I'm here with my co-host Kalexel.
Yep.
My name is Tabunot, and today we have a very special guest for you all. We have Cobra fell asleep. What's up, buddy? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thank you very much for asking. Not
Good,
a
it's
lot of
good.
people ask when you say, they don't ask back as much anymore. But anyways, we're here because we are the number one Loversfella podcast channel in the entire world, believe it or not. And we have our guest, Cobra, here to talk about his experience on the Loverfella server. So I'd like to just start getting a little background information. So, tell us your rank, name, and just like give us a good vibe. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you like, don't like. Go for it.
My rank is Tastebud. My username is Cobra. I have been playing this game for over 2+ years since beginning of season 3, end of season 2. I like the server. It has a good community, and yeah, I feel like it's a good place to spend your free time on.
Very nice. Good to hear. Let's let's go back. Let's take a trip back. You said you were here end of season 2. What was that like being, more OG? What's that like? And then what was it like during that season 2 time?
It was very different.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, all the textures were really weird. All the crates were still new. That was when they didn't have like a lot of stuff like runes or like a little book, and the
Sure.
percentages were complete random. Um, PvP was not really like that big of a thing, and the skins were a lot, in my opinion, better. The older skins look a lot better. I remember when the holiday set came out, that was a lot of hype, and then now they're being overpriced, but that's whatever, you know. But
Yeah.
it was a fun time back then in the old area of it, but now
Sure.
like there's a lot new like skins, textures, and like even on like Skyblock, there's like a bunch of minions now. Like no one ever had that before, which is really nice. A lot of
Sure.
advances that they made, which is nice.
So I guess it's the age old question of do you think it was better season 3 or season 5? What's the better state of the game and why?
Um, right now, I would say season 3 because I like season 3 a lot. Season 3 was a lot more complex.
Yeah.
Um, I like the inflation rate. It was like kind of high, but making money was a lot higher. But they kind of like tanked a bunch of like money making ways in season 5, which made it a lot harder for you to like earn money if you don't like spend money on the game.
Right.
But I think this season isn't horrible, but it's definitely one of the more like weaker seasons that they have come out with.
Right. And I think the thing about them making, the economy a lot more nerfed is the few people that got by that are a real like high 1%. Like it's a 0.1% rich players in the server, which I think makes for a lot more disproportional economy. And it might seem really stressful to new players when they see they're making no money, yet there's people so much more rich and just have a lot better money making ways. What do you think about that though? What do you
I like
think?
I like it. Personally, this season I've never spent like any money, but I am definitely one of those like top players who have a good amount of items. Um, but like when new players start out, I feel like they might quit because they see like other people. But I feel like when people don't like really like share, because like I feel like if I never share, I'd be at like at least over a mil more than I have. Because like I don't know, I feel like the economy like they need to fix it a little bit.
How do you suggest they fix it?
One thing that they did was last season they had items that were worth way more with like merchants and everything, and a lot more easier to get, and you could get like a bunch more money, like say like terraforming, and that was a really nice way. Terraforming would get you around like almost like 30,000 per inventory. Now you're only getting like 10,000. Um, and inflation kind of went down more, so like the price and like the cost of everything went down. Last season, 32 blaze spawners was like 32 mil. Now it's like 6 to 7 mil. I feel like maybe they can make stuff worth a little bit more. Like like they can make like everyday objects worth more, like carrots,
Or
wood, that, like everyone can like try to get.
so basically just add a couple of zeros is what you're saying. Just make
Yeah,
everything worth a little bit more. That
yeah.
so on some level that could work. On some level, I think that's not how economies work. But I think if you found the right balance, that could definitely help. I think you're right where the amount of work you went in was well reflected by your balance last season. Because anybody could make a carrot farm, but then you wouldn't make as much money all the time, but you'd still make, and it's still like considered one of the best ways to make money, right? So if you make a massive carrot farm, put in the total work and grind it out, you'd be rewarded a lot better and with a lot higher status, I think. Which is what you're getting at, I believe, is what you're kind of saying. If you put in the work, you can get more money. And if you do like manual labor tasks, and which I agree completely. I think that's how they should point the economy in that direction where if you put in the work, you actually get rewarded, and people who just have skindexes are only going to last for so long. Because, like, this season, I am under the personal opinion, right, that if you had a trust fund of skindexes, season 3 skindexes, then you didn't have to do a lick of work and you'd still be one of the richest. And people that grind out money to get there have a real slow grind compared to just selling richness or basically making a casino. But I think that's a different topic we can get to in a minute.
I agree with you on that.
You want to talk about casinos for a second? I
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you own a casino?
Yes, I do own a casino.
How much money do you think that makes you?
Last night while I was offline, I actually made over $1 million.
Do you think casinos are fair?
Yes. Depends
Mm,
on the odds. So if you're charging someone, say like pay 50K, win 75K, your odds are only one. That to me that's just a scam. For
hmm
me, I have all my like casinos as 4 to 9 odds,
hmm
and for just double. So people can pay 150K and win 100K, and they have pretty much a 50-50 chance. They have more than a 50-50. So I like being fair about it. I think casinos are
Sure.
like a good way. So yeah.
Do you think it is? I think you're saying it's definitely should be allowed. Definitely good on that front. Do you think it's like scummy to the new players to like eat up their money knowing that you damn well have the odds, basically?
Um, I part of me says yes and part of me says no.
Yeah,
The part that says yes is the people who make like really low odds and who just try to take money from like from like people like lower on the pyramid.
yeah,
Um, but like say like mine actually gives them a chance. Some people's
sure,
also give them a chance. I feel like that's like kind of fair because it's their choice. But by
sure.
all means, I do not like taking people's money. I feel like
Mm,
I feel like we're doing that.
gotcha. So, what's is that the main way you make money on the server? Is it just casinos right now? Do you have other money
No,
making? No, what
I
else do
have
you do?
um I have a like a 20-story kinder farm, and I make a decent amount of money from that. It's like massive money. I own multiple grinders. I own like a huge server base with me and my
Gotcha.
friend, and it has like a bunch of like max spawners where like we can help new people out, where they can actually like sell us drops and like they can make money. We'll be making some
Mhm.
money. So say like they sell us like a stack of bones for like $50. They're making $50 and say like they sell for like 75. So we'll make $25 profit off of their like 75% profit. So really trying to help out like new players, but like in a way where we also gain funds.
Right.
Um and I own a skin deck shop because I've had some skin decks to save, and I like trying to like trade. I don't like really like selling. And that can give me like passive income as well.
Gotcha. So yeah, a lot of ways you're making money right now. Doing very well for yourself. What's your current balance?
14.19 mil.
14.19. Do you have anything you're saving up for? Anything you like really want?
Uh, Jack Frost.
The
Jack
sword?
Frost is yeah,
Gotcha.
Jack Frost is what I'm trying to save up for. Currently trying to trade for one. I got some good items worth a good amount of money.
Right. So just on like the topic of the server, recently there were 3 crates released, 2 in basically a week and then 1 in the week before that. How are you feeling about these crates? It's definitely a huge change to the whole server.
Um, I'm feeling kind of positive about it. I kind of like the fact that they're adding crates again
Mm,
because last season I really liked the whole like caramel mint and chocolate. I like that. People
sure.
didn't because they felt like some people could be like really like biased. People like sell them for the cheap, like sell keys are cheaper. But to me, like I
Mhm.
don't really have too much of a problem. I don't PvP. I like use like putting like those like items for like money. So I like the crates. I'm with that, and I feel like now that they added that, the season's gonna go on for a little bit longer.
Mm.
So I like that.
So when do you think the server is going to reset? Do you think it's going to be that December, or do you think you're going to push it further back?
I would like late, like no, late November, mid December. I'm guessing.
Okay, so normal time. So
Hmm.
the server's got another month or 2 left, and then it's resetting.
Hmm.
Do you have plans to play the Purge?
Heard? Yes, I do.
Is that something on your like? I think it's interesting. Is that on your forefront of your mind? Is it like something you're thinking about and like prepping for, or are you just not even thinking about it until like the
Mm,
day of?
I'm not even thinking about it. If I'm
Not
being
even thinking
honest.
about it. No, completely
Yeah.
fair. It's
I mean, I'll just skin decks on my items prior. I'm not
right.
too worried.
Oh, and
But
that's another interesting topic. So, as of 2 days ago, something like that, we a person I know reached out to Ayana and to ask about the skin dex situation for next season. And the word back is there's no skin dex renewals. So like if you use something and you sold it, you don't get it back. But also anything anything you buy have a skin of, you can reskin dex it. But if you used a skin and got rid of it, it's gone now. You're not getting it back like this season. When we transitioned from season 4 to season 5, everybody got all their skins back that they used season 4.
yeah, I like that
Mm-hmm.
because like I have like multiple skins like on my wall that I can skin like I've never like used on anything. They're just plain skins, so I think I'll be good with that.
Gotcha. Did you use any skins this season and that you regret using now or no?
Uh, Last season I did not collect skins, and that was a bad mistake.
Mm, that
So
stinks.
currently I'll be starting off fresh, and I'll be skinning off all the skin. I'll be skinning all the skins I currently have this season at the end.
Gotcha.
So
I think that what's so interesting about skin X's now is when if they go away, then what's the point? Basically, it's like trading cards at this point now. They're just server trading cards because there's no practical use to them. You only get them because it's like something pretty to look at, and you don't want to sell them anymore because if you sell them, you don't get it back. You get money for that season, so they're basically like turnips from Animal Crossing. If you know how that works, basically they can go up and down in price. You sell them out whenever, or you can like have a cool stash. And I think it's interesting how the economy is going to look now that we basically have an in-game trading card system with different prices that go up and down. That's all skin dexes are. I think it's so interesting. What about you? How do you think about the skin dexes? What do you think is going to happen to the skin dex market next season?
I think they're gonna keep them. I definitely think they are because like skin
Hmm.
dusting is like one of their main parts of this whole like their like whole like server and like
Sure.
mental idea of it. I feel like their MCMO and their skin decks are like two of the main parts of their server. So I don't think they're gonna get rid of it, but I do like the idea that skin dexes are trading cards because say like a baseball card or a
Yeah.
basketball cards, whatever one. Some cost more than others. Some are rookie cards. Some are a different type. I feel like you pay for more, you get what you expect, in my opinion. So like, feel like if like people are saying like, oh, I want like 15 mil for this item,
Yeah.
like what are you gonna do? Like, I'm gonna charge $15,000 for it because like you get what you get, and it's what it's worth. So I like skin dexing. I like the skin dex.
Very nice. So, my brother, I got another question for you. I think just on the topic of, your thoughts on policies and certain, opinions on different aspects of the server, what's one thing that you really wish they would add what would benefit you, and what would make you happy to see it added to the server?
Like, is it to be like a rule, or can it be like a item?
It can be rule item. I don't care. What would if you were Ayana right now? You transported to Saudi Arabia, and you decided I'm gonna do one thing. What would be that thing?
I feel like something that they can do to help like no ranks is like make like stuff like easier to make for money.
Mm,
And I put a thing in like the Discord, make a rune called like value bonus rune. So like they made auto sell really nice. Really helps
hmm
like lower ranks who don't have like sell hand or like sell inventory. But
Right.
what they can do is like make like 5 levels. Level one gives like a 2% bonus. Just something like to help out like no ranks. And then one rule that I think they should do is I feel like they should allow like some like I don't want to say it like in a mean way, but like first thing like I feel like they're gonna make the server like too family friendly, or
Mm,
like some people aren't gonna join
right.
because like Loverfella's like YouTube videos and everything like I feel like it just comes off as like too family friendly, and all like I hear is like a bunch of like little kids. But I'd rather
Right.
have like more like over the ages. So that's just one thing I feel like they should like try to do.
Right. I got you. More on that. I was on one of the. You know how they added forums to the Discord. One of like the forum questions that was out was remove the swear filter, and I said no, 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 no. What we need to do is we could have the swear filter toggleable, and basically it censors out words, and if you want to see it, you turn that on. That's your own accord. But somebody like Loverfella, whose main argument is like, "Oh, I'm recording videos. There shouldn't be swears in my videos," can have it all censored.
Like that.
So basically, it's personal preference, which is, I think, the solution. Because a lot of people are definitely critical of the chat filter and how sensitive and how obnoxious. Because you can't even say LMAO, so you're basically stuck to just saying lol all day. It's really just obnoxious. So I think definitely that could be changed. What about you? What's you? So you talked and you said you'd want to mess with the swear filters. Anything else that you would change?
Mm, I don't know. I feel like I not too much. I feel like the server itself is in like a pretty good spot. Um, it might sound biased, or I don't want it to sound biased, but like I feel like they should like pay more attention to like mod applications. I feel like
Mm,
that's like a huge one because like I can't like they every single time like I get denied, and they'll like have someone who has like no history when I have like a server with like over like 20,000 people,
right.
and they won't like allow someone who has like actual experience, but they'll like have someone who like never talked before become a mod because like I got like one punishment on the server one day, and now they just like view me as like a lesser, which
You
is
think
kind of like
so?
yeah.
What makes you
So
think that?
um, because after I got like a warning and a like a muted, and I got my money taken away. I started like not being able to like talk to some mods. Like I was talking to some mods and some helpers, and they were on my team. And right after I got that punishment, and I saw like negative money, they just started like leaving and everything. They unfriended me on Discord, and I just couldn't have like reach contact with them anymore.
Oh, that sucks. And that's fake as fuck, to be honest. You know, they care more about a server. And I think something that I've been preaching, I've been a long time player as well. And one thing that just is so shocking and so sad to me is people choose a Minecraft server over other humans. And it's really saddening to see. It happens so often, and people who make claims of friendship will choose a Minecraft server, and having more money or having more clout in a Minecraft server would choose that over what they claim to have was a friendship. And I don't know. I think it's just really weird and really kind of disturbing that people pick Minecraft server over human connection.
It's like they pick title over friendship. They pick a title over
Mm.
friendship.
Yeah, 100%. And I think on that point, I think the idea of mod and helper are really lost upon a lot of the people that are mod and helper. People treat I see it seems like it's treated as just a title, but if like I am under the personal opinion, I hate the helper. I hate the idea of it. I think it's just rewarding people for being nice and basically giving a non-important person the title of importance because they are fake as fuck and they just want to have a title and so they get it and they get power over a sub 200 people
Mm.
and it's really weird. I think
I
it's
agree.
really weird. You agree?
100% I agree.
I think it's too much power for people that did the bare minimum and got rewarded most important player for doing the bare minimum, which is being nice and just helping somebody who asks for help. Like it's such
Yeah.
a bare like you did the bare minimum to be a good person. You helped somebody. Congrats. Now you're the most important person. No, I hate that. I hate that they get such immense power because just being on the top of tab and having a special name is a lot of power even if there's no physical like inputs or anything that comes with it, but it's still just such immense power for such a bare minimum task of doing the right thing. I don't know, have you ever like thought like I really want to be helper before?
Oh yeah, I did want to, but I'm not gonna say any names. I had a friend who was helper,
Mm,
and when he was help before he was helper, we always talked a lot, and
sure.
we had and right when he got helper, he stopped talking to me,
Wow.
and then
Yeah,
right when he got it back, or like right when he got it taken away, he started talking back to me. So
just
it's
checking
kind
here,
of
this helper wasn't a past member of the podcast, Shay Ghost, was it?
I don't believe so.
No, you don't believe so. It would have been too funny if it was. um yeah, I think it's just there's a lot of fake ability once you get there, and it's just for a title on a game inside a game. So I don't know. I think people should reality check themselves
Hmm.
and be nicer to people instead of caring about a title on a Minecraft server.
Yeah, can
What's your
agree.
thoughts on this, my dear Colexel, who has been quiet for the entire 20 minutes we've been talking? What's your
Yeah.
thoughts on Helper?
My thoughts on helper?
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like most helpers they don't do their job of what they were supposedly hired to do, to help. All they do is sit around, promote their casinos,
yeah.
and
It's so fucking true. It's
they
so
have the
true.
bright white name tag and white text under their name.
Right. Don't you think that's so much power for like such such unhelpful helpers?
Yeah.
They've it's so much power having that really bold white name that every player has to look up to because it's literally above them on tab.
Hmm. And at,
Like
at
I've never.
at one point
Sorry.
there was so many helpers
Mm,
that there was like 20 helpers. I don't know if that's still the thing, but there was at one point 20 helpers just sitting on the Discord server. I didn't see most of them online, probably because they were like other what is it, countries, but
mm. Different time zones, sure.
yeah, yeah.
Like I don't even. When have you ever like once saw like the people on right now? I'm not gonna name their names, but you can press tab for yourself. When have you once like seen them really go to their way to help somebody ever, or even just like somebody asking a question in chat? Like we can look in just a second. We'll see no like helper jump out and help them.
I asked the helper to help me with something, and they TP to me and they go, "Oh, I've never seen this before," and then just left. Like, like they literally like didn't even try helping me. They didn't like
Yeah,
contact the higher up. They just left me.
yeah, and it's
The helper title literally it says it in the name. Help someone out. They did not help me out. They kind of like made it worse. They just left me. So like I don't know what like they wanted to do.
It's either they tell you they don't know, or they ask you to like talk to like a mod or a senior mod.
all right. Hold up. What's like okay? I'm. You know what? We're live on feed right now. I'm gonna ask a question in chat. What should I ask? What's like a really basic question that we know that one of the four will know the answer to?
The helpers?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna
Uh,
ask in public chat right now and see if I get any helper response for an obvious question.
how do I get out of spawn?
RTP, you can go back to home. A lot of ways to get out of spawn, brother. Let's settle this once and for all. Are the helpfuls helpers? Are the helpful people actually helpers?
No,
No.
the people who are helpers are like kind of greedy. They're just greedy people, in my opinion.
What
Yeah.
do cleansing rods do?
Yeah, that's a good.
You want me to
That's a
answer?
good
Do you want
question.
me to answer?
What
Or do
do
you want
cre-
someone else?
No. We'll see if
It's
any of them
either
answer.
a player's gonna help you. I feel like a lower end player is gonna help you.
Yeah, yeah. If I ask a question, I feel like a taste bud or like help me first. Because you ask in chat, it'll be like, "Oh my god, I just like, I have a Minecraft issue." The helpers don't ask you. You know what the helpers say to you? They message you, "Please open a Discord support ticket." That's what they say to you.
There's no one. No one
No one
responds.
responded.
Yeah.
Not one of the four helpers could tell me what a cleansing rod is.
Here, I'll ask myself.
Mm. I think it's just really sad to see, you know? I'm sure Calexa won't get a response either. Which begs, it just really begs the question, why are helpers even there? It feels like their help is so minimal and gives such a small group of people such immense power. Which is, historically speaking, is never really healthy for people having that oligarchical part, but they're still part of society, right? I'd put mods above society standards. Most of them. Like, I'd still say, like, Kappa T's. I know he's still grinding money on his ults every day. Kappa Lime, Kappa, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck, are both still getting their sword levels higher. Like, he's still grinding out money and trying to, like, buy.
Well, I just asked the chat, "What do Elgems do?" And a no rank just said they increase the success in a rune.
Any helpers?
Literally, no helpers and no rank did.
Ah,
A no
no
rank
rank.
just said to no rank just said to me they increase the success in a rune.
A no ranker probably knows nothing about the helpers was more helpful than a helper. Just
Yeah.
something to think about, man.
The hurtful truth.
Hurtful truth. We shouldn't be rewarding people for doing the bare minimum. Otherwise, every no rank would be a helper. And also, that comes with issues. Anyways, I think we should get back more to the talking points of the show. And I'm glad we could drag you into the conversation, my dear Coexel.
Yeah.
Coexel, you're a VIP. Tell me, what are your newest thoughts on the new VIP crate? What's the scoop on that? Tell me what you think about it.
Now, these are my personal opinions. I like the new cosmetics. Like all the hats and all that. I
All the
do
hats?
like I do like
Hmm.
all the hats in the crate.
Oh,
Like you
I like the
got
panda. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, you get the
The
panda.
wings?
Yeah,
Oh, I messed with
I
those
love the
wings.
wings.
Wings are really cool.
I opened them.
Oh,
I
you got the wings? Very nice.
Yeah, I sold them now.
Why? Oh, well, you are up to 6 mil.
Yeah, I spent some of it.
What did you buy?
My own entertainment.
What is that? Would you care to share with the podcast listeners what your own entertainment
But
is?
but okay, try the only thing I don't like with the items is when you hold some of them. When you hold some of them, they look kind of awkward and weird.
So they're not that well thought out.
No.
I agree with that.
And
That's
on
continue.
the part
Sorry.
of skins, have you guys seen the new Foodie and the other crate?
Punching.
Yeah.
Quenching.
Have you guys seen those?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really. Do you wanna say what you think about them first? Because you're the one on the idea.
I think they are
Oh,
artistically good.
artistically good. So
Yep.
you're actually praising it, or are you being sarcastic?
In the sense that you want to put it, you can decide that.
Mm.
However you feel I'm saying it.
I feel like you're saying that they all look like stupid dildos because it's really lazily done.
I think that there's not much creativity in them.
No, it's like a piece of cake on a stick. Like, what the fucking do?
And yeah,
Yeah, that's a real. The foodie's really rough. It looks like the spicy or the mint. They look slick, like something like they looked like they were the best items in the game because they were so detailed. I mean, to be fair, some of the spicy stuff was questionably stolen off an online website,
yeah,
but they still looked fanatically correct, where
yeah.
they were the highest, the most final piece of gear you could get. This shit looks like a piece of chicken. It looks like it came out of the worst crate in the game.
Now, me personally, if I would grind all the way up to this food crate from the quenching, if I got the foodie crate key from the quenching, and I
Mm,
and I opened up the fried chicken mace, I would not be
yeah,
happy.
I would not be happy either. I feel like I
It
lost money.
yeah, I spent all this money getting like a candy crate key, and I got that.
Like even the stupid pepper from the spicy crate, which looks stupid,
Yeah,
looks better than that, and it
yeah.
looks more like a cool last item you could get.
Mhm.
This looks lazy.
Yeah, the amateur modeling of the developers is better than the the modelers on the
Mm.
server right now.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I don't want to speak and, sing your praise too much, but I know you're pretty experienced in Blockbench. I know for a fact that if you were given the time and the resources, you could have made a better foodie crate.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no doubt. I think I've seen your work. I've seen what you're able to do and how long you work on stupid shit. You could have made a better foodie crate because this is lazy, and that's no diss to any of the designers. I'm sure you were given not enough time, little praise or resource, and not enough love, but it still just looks rushed.
Mhm.
Uh, and I think that's the general consensus is this whole season has worse skins. I'd say some of the worst out of all three seasons that had
Yeah.
skins.
Mhm.
I think like this candy bow looks awful, but compare that to something the likes of the mystery bow from the mystery crate from forever ago. The one from the crate from 2 years ago looks more like a well done, classy, strong looking bow. And if they were added the animations that were given in season fours, it would have been the best bow.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
just to me, it seems as if, and these are I'm using questionable words to keep it polite because I know it's probably less of the designer's faults, but it's looks lazy compared to the last two seasons. Last two
Now,
seasons.
are you
Please
continuing?
continue.
No. Now,
Sorry.
I think there has been many transitions through many modelers that have been
Mm,
either they've quit or they've been fired. That
mm,
their work has been in the
right.
seasons to go. At almost every season, these skin X's will probably still continue with their name on them.
Right. They're all lasting pieces of work.
Yeah.
Like look at the runes, man. I You see like a piece of candy corn on one of them. You get so confused if you're a new player. You don't understand this.
Yeah, I love the
Like
artwork on all the runes.
I think season 4 had the best skins. They were the most well done. All of them looked really fantastic. Um I think season 3 is nostalgic for a lot of people and did have some okay skins, but looking back on it, some of them weren't that great. I'd say season 4 by far had some of the coolest skins out there with from the space stuff. They really stepped the game up when they reached last season, and it feels like a big decline from that point, which is really sad to see because it feels like everything else on the server continues to grow. It seems like the skins declined a lot.
And skins are a key component of the server.
It's basically the main driving factor of the economy currently.
Yeah.
You see, from no ranks to the richest, everybody wants skins. That's one of the main selling points on the server. So it's just really awkward when they do it worse from further on. And this newest crate, that's supposed to be the best crate of the season, looks like one of the worst that have ever been done on the server.
Hmm.
So that's certainly something to think about. And as we continue on, I'd just like to ask Calexo, what's the time right now as far as recording goes?
We're at a time of 35 minutes.
35 minutes, fantastic, guys. That's great work. Do you want to keep going? Are you guys both in the mood to continue talking?
I am. I'm ready to continue talking.
You want to continue talking?
Whatever
Do you have
you
anything you want to bring up? Anything that like really speaks out to you as a good talking point that needs to be brought aware to others?
need.
It doesn't have to be server related either. If you want to talk about your favorite food, yeah, the floor is yours. So please.
Is feel about the applications.
Ooh, tell me. I'm
Oh,
personally
I want your like your
what
guys'
my
view.
opinions.
Yeah, I want your
I haven't looked at them. I can do a live review though. I've never had like the desire to be on the team. I just enjoy the server from a player view. And but let me look at these. Which one would you like me to look at first?
I don't know if you could look at the applications,
Yeah.
but like some people like actually like put in like a bunch of work into like their applications, and
Mm,
I don't want to say any names because like I know like some like insider people because I have like a bunch of the moderators like added on Discord.
yeah.
Um, someone I'm not saying who, but there's like a helper who doesn't talk at all, and
Doesn't talk at all.
one of the questions for being a helper is, are you able to communicate via voice chat? In order to really get helper role, you have to say yes because they need you, and the person never just
So did
and they
he
got
lie
the
about
role.
it?
More than likely, yeah.
So they
'Cause-
said, "Yeah, I can talk," and now they're now helpers and they actually
yeah.
can talk.
And also, the helper has their messages turned.
They have their messages turned off.
They have their messages turned off. You can't message them.
On Minecraft?
I know we're straying right
Yeah.
back.
Oh.
Who? Wait, who did you say?
Like, do I say their name?
Well, did Coaxel? Did
No,
you
I
just
just
say
said
someone?
they have their messages turned off on Minecraft.
Yeah, they did. Like, you can't message them on Minecraft, and they're never on Discord.
I hate to go back to the subject, but oh my god, I just hate
That
everything
is
about the helpers.
bad.
That's it's they must have just applied for the sole want to have the helper title. They didn't actually care about helping people at all. You know, a proof being that once they got it, they shut down and just enjoyed having the title. Really weird. Really weird. Interesting that you
Asking,
brought that up.
I tried asking the person for like some help with something,
Yeah.
and it goes, failed to provide message. This person message is disabled.
Hmm.
Wow. That's really weird. Really sad that that's like how the server's helpers are amplified. Santo, did you have something you wanted to say? I could have sworn I heard a taboo. Anyways, moving back. You said you didn't like the applications. Is that the only part about the applications you don't like? Is that the voice question? You think it
Oh
should just
yeah, and I just feel like they don't like really like look at them enough.
do you want
And
feedback? Because I know they don't get feedback. Is that like something you really want? Is like feedback on your
yeah, like I want to know like who applied.
mm,
Like
I would
like
want to
give
know what
them
I did wrong.
yeah like that like have like the
or
new
what I could do?
helpers. Yeah, like have like the new helpers that like got that role before you did, and have them like message you of like what you can do to improve. Like anything helps, honestly, but they just don't help.
What do you put? So you filled out a helper's application recently?
Yeah, and Discord mod.
Sure. And what was like some of the questions?
I can actually view it, and I can say the questions. Where Discord moderation staff. So lets me view my responses. All right. So you need your Discord name, ID, your age, your time zone, how long have you been on the server, have you been a moderator in other Discord servers? Please explain when and how long you have worked for the server. Have you received any punishment in the server? So pretty much if you choose yes, like, oh, I got like a kicked or a first offense, like you're not gonna get it anymore because they just view you as a lower.
Mm,
What is your reasoning? Do you feel comfortable coming forward with any ideas that could benefit the server? Would you feel comfortable approaching any other staff, asking for help when you need it? Please provide a suggestion that will improve the server. Name a problem on the server. If you think there is one, how should we resolve it? And then tell us a little bit about yourself or anything we should know. No matter how serious you are to fill that out, if you have either
mm,
received a punishment or do not like your time zone, you will not get applied. Like they don't like one thing about you, they're not gonna apply you,
right.
which I think is kind of bogus.
So do you think they should have like? I guess the only solution I'm seeing off the top of my head that would like fix that for you is maybe they take in more people and then have like a trial period and then like allowing people to prove themselves so it's less based on just how good your application is. Is that what you're trying to like say? Is basically like they're not giving people good chances because they're just taking like one
Yeah.
bad thing off an application.
And 90% of like the helpers and moderators are at least Gobble Plus. They're Gobble Plus, which means they have at least spent over $500 on this game. So
Right.
I don't want to say I'm like biased or anything, but it's kind of like the higher ranks that get like the roles.
I'm not trying to
Gotcha.
interrupt or anything, but there is a low percentage of most mods are taste bud or lower because they most of them stated that they couldn't fly anytime before their mod rank.
Because it's just like oh, they're all like usually like liquors because like you'll see their name and like they are because they'll be like has joined the game. So
Well, most
I
of
think it's
them
just
when they
liquors.
do play, they either after their mod they get liquor or gobble.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a good point.
Cause like most of
You
the
know,
seniors, they've been playing for a while, and like when they got moderated, they were like taste bud. But they throughout like 2 years, 3 years that they've been playing, they've had times to rank up.
Hmm.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. Fantastic point. You know, there are just like they were or are players at the end of the day.
Hmm.
Something to think about. Um, what else? Anybody have anything else they would like to bring up?
No.
What are your
No.
thoughts on the game overall? Like overall.
Um, overall, um, as far as Loverfella server goes, it's okay. It I was much more active a long time ago, but now I'm only really here because I enjoy doing the Loversmella podcast. So as time went on, I just became more interested in the people and less interested in the game itself. But I still like to see the server in a, move in the right direction. I'm definitely rooting for it to go in the right direction as far as, better mechanics, better implemented systems, stuff like you know, better GUIs, all that good stuff. I am rooting for the server because it's where, I got my start here as far as like the server world goes. So, yeah, I like the server. It's all right. Not so big on it anymore.
Hmm.
And with everything being said, I would like to thank our dear friend Cobra so much for coming on today and having a conversation with us. I'd like to thank all of you so much for listening, and I hope you all have great rests of your days. See ya.